we might now know the reason why Trump decided to attack Suleimani, or at least we might know the biggest reason. So there's reporting on this, and here's what we learned. President Donald Trump told associates that he assassinated Iran's top military leader last week, in part to appease Republican senators who will play a crucial role in his Senate impeachment trial, the Wall Street Journal reported on Thursday. In a lengthy piece detailing how the president's top advisors coalesced behind the strike on Iranian Major General Qasem Soleimani, the Journal reported that Trump had told associates he felt pressure from the senators. One of Trump's most outspoken supporters, GOP Senator Lindsey Graham, appears to be the only congressional lawmaker briefed about his plan to assassinate Suleimani in the days leading up to the strike. That's incredible. And one of the reasons why it's incredible is, dude, they were going to acquit you anyway. They were going to acquit you anyway. You didn't think they were going to acquit you? Now, it's possible that, the likes of Lindsey Graham and maybe some other hawkish Senate Republicans, they just used this and maybe dropped a comment or two, a hint or two, to let Trump know, well, how you would ensure you get acquitted is if you, That might be what was going to happen, but they were going to acquit him anyway. And it's kind of amazing that he didn't know that they were going to acquit him anyway. If he didn't do this, they still would have acquitted him. My dude, the Democrats need over 20 votes, 20 Republican senators. That's mission impossible. That ain't happening. That ain't happening on a boat. That ain't happening with a goat. That ain't happening in a moat. But he said he felt pressure, which leads me to believe that they were just, the neocons were being clever about this and trying to scare Trump into doing it by making him think, oh, maybe if I don't do it, they'll impeach me. I mean, if Lindsey Graham is the only one who knew about it, then a possible scenario is he told Lindsey Graham, and Lindsey Graham was acting as the intermediary between Trump and the other hawkish Republicans who wanted to extract a pound of flesh from Trump here so they can acquit him and get something out of it too. Now, again, what I would have told Trump is, dude, they're going to acquit you anyway. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do it. But this is what the reporting says. Now, I should also add, because I think it's super important, I don't think this was the only reason. I really don't. And we went over, in the original segment I did on this, we went over quite a few things that I think are important in the context of this conversation. So, for one thing, Suleimani, literally had a social media battle with Donald Trump, where he repeatedly would tweet at him, or I'm sorry, not tweet, I don't think he had Twitter, he had Instagram. He would do all these posts about Trump, and I'm sure that some of those things made it into Trump's briefing, his daily briefing, assuming Trump read them, which he probably didn't. So it's possible that there was he felt like he hated the guy because he'd seen the posts, because you know how online Trump is. The other thing is the original reporting that he was angry over the embassy protests in Iraq. There were embassy protests. And the embassy protests came about because Trump had previously done drone strikes on Shia militia. And then, so the chain of events was one U.S. contractor died. Do we know how or why? No. But they blamed the Shia militias, and then they bombed the Shia militias, killing dozens of people who were in the Shia militias. That led to those protests at the U.S. Embassy, Shia protesters who demanded the embassy be closed. And then Trump was angry at the protests and said, well, I'll just take out the top Iranian general. That was the original chain of events that we were told. Again, other factors could include the social media stuff. Other factors could include neocon pressure. But in this case, what they're saying is, no, it actually had to do with impeachment. And Trump thought, for whatever reason, if I take out this Iranian general, the Republican senators will love it. By the way, he's right. They do love it. But that will ensure that I get acquitted. So this may have something to do with impeachment. I said it before, man. I'll say it again. It is amazing to me. We live in a Twilight Zone episode because Trump is effectively going to assassinate a top Iranian general with impunity. That's illegal. Under U.S. law, international law, that's unconstitutional. He's going to get away with that completely, but they're still trying to impeach over a phone call. Shows you how out of whack the moral compass is in Washington, D.C. But, I don't know if I fully buy that this is the reason he did it, but it's very possible it's one of the reasons he did it. And what a terrible scenario that is. I mean, we have one of the two major parties it's full of thugs and criminals. And, the Democrats are not good. Don't get it twisted. They're really bad too. But this is like, you needed to commit an extrajudicial murder to ensure that they would get your back, or you thought you had to do that? That says a lot about you guys now, doesn't it?